What's up, guys? So somebody commented on one of the videos asking how I got into Magic the Gathering and how I ended up playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I figured I'd make a little video about the backstory of kind of how I got into both games, how I ended up making a YouTube channel based solely on Yu-Gi-Oh! And how unexpectedly I turned into a Magic the Gathering player. Now, yeah, so if you're new here, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, click on the bell. Every time I post a video, you will get notified that I did so. And if you like this content, give the video a thumbs up. We got tons and tons of content coming. All the videos are in the editing process right now. It's been taking me a little bit longer to do the editing than I'd like to, but yeah. So let's get into this. Okay, so starting back in early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, was when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time, I had no idea what Magic the Gathering was, or if it even existed. I think it started in 95, but that was on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. So, either way, about 2002, 2003 was when I got my first Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. It was a starter deck Yugi from back in the day, and then my brother had got starter deck Kaiba. Who would have known that the starter deck Kaiba was the better choice back then? But yeah, that's kind of where that all started. And then it was a lot of like nostalgia, I guess, because as a young kid back then, I wasn't really worried about playing competitively. Like, there wasn't really a competitive scene too much back then. There wasn't like all these archetypes and all this like synchros and XYZs and pendulums, and it was just fusions back then. And even then, it wasn't many. There was what, Thousand Dragon that I think came and started Joey, or was that in the second edition? I don't know. But you know, there wasn't a whole lot. There was ritual monsters and fusion monsters, and then your basic normal monsters and effect monsters. So up until about 2008, maybe 2007, 2008, I was just playing kind of no decks that I really constructed. 2007, between 2007 and 2008, I built my first deck. I think that video is up on this channel of that deck. If not, I'll see if I can dig it out. But it was pretty much, it was based on high defense and stalling out till I can get to my Buster Blader and beat my opponent's face-in. So pretty much I was running like Giant Soldier of Stone, Charcoal Impachi, Soul Tiger. Is it Soul Tiger? Yeah, Soul Tiger. Battle Footballer, and you know, stuff like that. And then I think I was running a Penguin Soldier back then also. You know, so it was a lot of bigger cards. And back then, like Dark Hole and Monster Reborn and stuff were all still being played, at least in my circles. It might have not been on the competitive scene, but in my circles we were playing them. So then, you know, that kind of did that thing, and we were playing the Magnet Warriors, Valkyrian and stuff. So then fast forward about 2 years after that, somewhere around 2010, should be right around the time where I got actually into the game. I started going to locals. My local card shop at the time was the Encounter in Allentown. Big shout out to them. They're also the ones that helped me get into Magic in the later stages. So yeah, I was going to the Encounter. I started buying singles and stuff, and then I started learning about all these different archetypes and, you know, people were building decks with Synergy. So then I started to learn about this stuff and started to play a little bit more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Then, you know, fast forward a little bit more, come 2011, 2012, I was getting really into the competitive side of things. I went to a World Championship qualifier. I was doing, you know, national events and stuff. I wasn't doing crazy amazing, you know, but I was going. So, you know, and then I had a couple of friends that never really got into the competitive aspect. My younger brothers, well, my brother that I started playing with in 2003, 2004, stepped away from the game in about 2007, 2008, and then he moved over to playing computer games like League of Legends, RuneScape, stuff like that. So yeah, so 2010, 2011, I was going to a lot of events. 2012, I was doing a lot of events also. So I was doing all kinds of events and stuff, and all different kinds of decks I was playing. I enjoyed, you know, the faster combo-y based decks, but I wasn't afraid to play some trolley decks, you know. If you guys look back, my Googly Eyes Defense Dragon deck was crazy. That deck was fun. So check that deck list out. It is on my channel somewhere. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description for you guys to check out. And then fast forward to like 2013. 2013 is when I started my YouTube channel, towards the end of 2013. And then that's when things got hardcore for me. Like, I stopped going to events, but I still went to locals. I was buying a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh product. I was doing a lot more different deck builds. I was doing duel videos on DevPro. There should be a couple of Dueling Network duels up there as well. And then I tried to do one in-life duel, like in real life duel, but I didn't have the right camera set up. So there's that. And then fast forward to 2015, 2016. That's when everything started to kind of take a nosedive. I was in between houses. I was bouncing around. And then the one friend that I have, my buddy Jack, knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! He didn't play competitively. He didn't have any of the newest cards. He had an old school Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, where his only extra deck card was Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You know, and around maybe 2014, 2015, he started playing Magic the Gathering. Okay, and you know, I was that hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh player. I ain't even gonna lie. That was like, I'm not gonna play Magic. I used to like look at the Magic players at the card shop and go, you should play Yu-Gi-Oh. But I never really, you know, gave the game a chance. So then he started playing Magic, and I think one day we were just bantering back and forth, and he was like, yeah, you're not gonna play Magic. Remember, he said, you're never gonna play Magic. So then I got curious, and then our mutual friend Anthony, he is in some of the duel videos. If you look back, some of the duel videos have him in it, the Jesus looking guy. Was probably one of the better players that I hung out with, that we knew. Obviously, my friend Jack had his own circle of players that he plays with or played with that are substantially better than our friend Anthony. No offense to Anthony, but he kind of, by the time I got into it, he was kind of already dabbling out of it. So I had gone and bought a booster box of Magic the Gathering from Walmart, or a starter deck builders kit. I think I bought a deck builders kit and a booster box. You know, I spent like $200, I think. I bought a whole shit ton of packs. It might not have been a booster box. It might have just been a bunch of loose packs, but it was a lot of packs and the deck building kit. And I bought some card sleeves because, you know, I'm always a big, yeah, it's got to get sleeved up, because I don't like playing without sleeves. You just can't shuffle it right. So then I went home with that. I opened everything up. I kind of read through the rule book for Magic the Gathering and stuff. And then I called Anthony. I was like, hey, I want to start playing Magic, and you should come over and teach me. Like, help me play, help me build a deck, whatever. Because I knew he knew how to play and stuff. So I just really needed somebody else to play against, and so I can understand how everything worked. And at first, Anthony was like, yeah, no. I've seen you play Yu-Gi-Oh! I've seen some of the troll decks you play. No. I'm not going to teach you how to play Magic, because he wants to have something where he can win all the time. He doesn't want me to be the one winning. Eventually, I convinced him to come over and teach me, and then I started dabbling. And then that's when I started buying large amounts of Magic the Gathering cards. Mostly bulk stuff, nothing too serious. And then I started inquiring at the LGS, the local game store, about Magic events and Magic days and stuff. And then they told me, well, you have to figure out what format you want to play. And I was like, well, I don't really know. I'm brand new to the game, I've only played casual kitchen table Magic with Anthony, 60 card decks, whatever. And they're like, well, there's a whole bunch of different formats. You have Standard, which is all the newest cards. I think it's the newest 4 packs, or newest 3 or 4 packs that were released, and you can only build decks out of those couple sets. And then there's Commander, which is a 100 card format, and you have a commander. Your deck has to be the same color as whatever commander you choose. And then Modern, Legacy, Vintage. Like, there's all these formats, and now there's even more. Back then there was only like 5 or 6 that I knew of. And so I asked them what the best format to get into was, that wasn't crazy expensive, that I can learn all the ins and outs of the games. And the guy Pete, shout out to Pete, at the Encounter, recommended playing Commander, because one, I don't need full play sets of anything I want to play. So if I want to play a $20 card, I don't need to buy 4 of them to play it, to keep up with Standard or whatever. And then he said Commander's more of a fun-based format, which it is, depending on who you're playing with. A lot of people nowadays have infinite combos and stuff where they could just go off and kill you. Turn 3. Not very fun Commander game. But there is quite a few people that don't play like that. Especially the Encounter. What was it? Monday nights, I think. They had a Commander night. A lot of the players don't play those high-end decks like that. They just kind of play to have fun. So it was good. I played that for a while. For 6 months or so, and then I started dabbling into the Modern format. Now Modern's a little bit more expensive, so I had to fork some money in to build a decent deck, or what I thought was a decent deck. Turns out it wasn't all that great. But then I started trying to hang out with my buddy Jack to play some more Magic, and then I started building more decks so I could beat him, because he has this blue, it's like blue-white angel control-y type deck, which might actually be Modern legal. I should go check that out, because if it's Modern legal, man, Jack can get in some events with that. But I pretty much got into Modern, and then started building more competitive-ish decks. And then I still play Commander. I got 7 Commander decks currently, and 2 or 3 Modern decks. So it's definitely became something I enjoy doing. But that's how I got into the whole Magic the Gathering, and how I ended up doing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Still holds a soft spot in my heart, It's my first trading card game I ever played, and stuff like that. But I just don't know enough people anymore that still play it around me, and the game has gotten so quick and so ridiculous that it's not even fun anymore. Like, a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh decks I see now at all the tournaments and locals and stuff, it's like if you go second with a decent hand, you won the game. That's it. If your opponent doesn't have Ash Blossom or something to stop you, you lost the game. That's it. Okay? And that's not something I want to play. It's not a format I want to get into. So, yeah, that's that, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, shout out. Leave a comment down below that you made it to the end of the video. Leave the word turkey down in the comment section if you made it this far into the video. And I'm going to see how many people leave the word turkey down in the comment section. And maybe we'll do a little giveaway or something. So I'll see you guys in the next video.